I'm going to compare these brand new Gucci gold eyeglasses with a bridge to these silver Ray-Ban glasses. Let's start by considering the case. You can see that I have this nice velvet maroon type color for the Gucci. It also has some gold metal where the hinge is, and you get a choice of which color you want. So for example, I could have chosen blue or black. Whereas with the Ray-Ban, I was pretty much just given the black case with a basic black thing to clean the glasses, and it had a little bit of a red Ray-Ban logo on it. It was very basic. It was pretty much nothing more than you would ever expect from a pair of glasses. Now, looking more closely at the Gucci glasses, we see that it comes with a nice little cleaner for your eyeglasses, and it has the Gucci brand written on it. It kind of feels a little bit silky. We also get this nice little pouch that's in the maroon color with the gold emblazoned logo on it, and you can put your glasses inside that pouch. Now within here you also see that the inside is a little bit of a, I don't know, maybe like a pink color or coral color. It's got Gucci and gold here. So the case is definitely more than what you get with Ray-Ban. Now, let's talk about the Ray-Ban for a minute. I've had these for a few years, and they really did a great job. They were very durable. I never really had any major issues with them. But there are some minor things. So, for example, these little connectors to the nose, they got discolored and yellowish. I asked a number of eye places, can they replace them? Can they update them? They said no. Maybe I could try to do it myself. The other thing I noticed is that after a few years, you start to get some discoloration at the top. It starts to look a little bit blackish. Again, it's not too bad. But I would say the biggest complaint I have about these is that they get smudged very easily, even though I did upgrade to anti-smudge lenses. But the problem is that they're falling down. So every time you push it up, you're getting your fingerprints on them, and that's what's making them dirty. So I did find one place that was able to adjust them to keep them up more, but I would say that overall, these new Gucci ones are just designed better in terms of staying up, at least on my facial features. Now, maybe you have a different face and you don't have that problem. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that I did decide to buy another pair of Ray-Bans on Amazon, and one of the reasons I did that was because they had free returns. So even though I was all the way in Asia ordering from the United States, it was no problem. They were going to offer free returns. I bought them. I tried them out. They really did not look good on my face. So what I like is the slightly more square-like design or rectangular design, whereas these ones were kind of like drooping down aviator style, and it just really did not look good. I thought it looked incredibly goofy. Now, a few other things. So when you get Gucci, yeah, you're paying a lot more. So for my Ray-Bans, I probably paid between $300 and $350 Canadian, whereas the Gucci ones are more like $400 to $450 USD. So you're paying quite a bit of a premium, but let's talk about some of the subtle differences that you get here. Now, if we look, for example, at where it connects to the nose here, you can see the black is one continuous piece, whereas on the Ray-Ban, it's just, you have this metal part at the top that rests on your nose, and then you have these little dongly things that get discolored. It's kind of a rubbery material, whereas with the Gucci, you don't get those little rubbery things that you normally get on glasses, and I like that because I thought this is more distinctive, it's more continuous, and I got the impression that it would stay up on my nose more, and maybe you don't like that design, and that's fine. The other thing you'll notice is that Gucci actually has some branding. So it says Gucci on it. There's also a little more of distinctive features like the gold and the black, and just the overall design it's not over the top, but it's slightly more iconic. Whereas when we look at the Ray-Ban, there's pretty much no branding at all. There is, you can barely see it. It says Ray-Ban underneath the bridge, but nobody is ever going to notice that. There's, it's just more standard. It's more basic. I like the design, but there's nothing that distinctive about it. It's pretty standard materials. Now, the other thing you'll notice is that these gold edges, they jut out a little bit, and they have some fluting in it, whereas with the Ray-Bans you don't get any of that. You just get a standard kind of steel or rounded edge to them. Also, these little things that go around the ears, they're just kind of a narrow black, whereas with the Gucci You get a little more flair to them. It gets a little bit wider, so it's just slightly more iconic, slightly more flashy. With Ray-Ban, you pretty much could confuse it with any other brand if you didn't know at the time what you were buying. Now, I really thought that I needed anti-smudge lenses, and this is a big complaint I was having, but really the issue is just the glasses falling down. Now, if you have kids and they're grabbing your glasses, that's also going to be the problem. For me, it's just constantly pushing it up. I haven't really had that problem at all with the Gucci. They sit up nicely. I don't have an issue. The other thing is I didn't even upgrade to anti-smudge lenses on the Gucci the way I did with the Ray-Ban, but I'm having less smudging with this. Now, the other thing that I did was I bought these cheap wet wipes online. I'm not an affiliate of these or anything, but it looks like they're from China maybe or Japan. And you just take them out and unwrap it, and it's just sort of this wet wipe that you put on your lenses and it clears them up. But I haven't really had to do that much, so I'm pretty impressed with Gucci so far in that regard. I was considering upgrading to the Zeiss anti-smudge lenses. I use the Excelor ones, and I still had the problem again. I think the issue is just pushing the glasses up. It's not really the lens coating. The other thing is just if you just really want a little bit more flair, you want the brand name, like you want to see Gucci, for example, written on the black here in the gold. You want it on the 3 items that come in the case. Then you can pay the extra price for the Gucci. Now, most people, you don't have money to burn, so you're not going to do that. It's going to be fine just to get a basic Ray-Ban. Now, I also checked out the newer models of the Ray-Ban, and it's pretty much the same. Maybe it's made out of titanium, I'm not sure, but the design is pretty much sort of the standard non-flary type of features. Some of the Ray-Bans are a little more iconic, a little more nerdy, a little more retro, but I just find they didn't look very well for me. So I do recommend getting these if you have money to burn. If you don't, get a replica. Just go on Lazada, Shopee, Amazon, get something cheaper for $15. I was never really drawn to the Gucci brand until I saw that movie about House of Gucci. I saw these in the store when I went to the mall. I thought I was going to buy Ray-Bans, but I didn't really think there was anything special about the Ray-Ban designs that were there. So I ended up getting these. Didn't like the Ray-Bans that I ordered online. So there you have it. Check it out.